Hey everybody, today we are going to be reading a really funny book called The Wolf Who Cried Boy, and it's by Bob Hartman and it's illustrated by Tim Raglan. Once upon a time, there was a family of wolves. They stole sheep, ran after deer, and snacked on muskrat and squirrel. Except for Little Wolf, that is, who never stopped complaining about what his mother prepared each night for dinner. And you can see his little face. He doesn't look too happy with what she's cooking, does he? Muskrat doesn't sound very appetizing. Lamb burgers again, he whined. I hate lamb burgers. Sloppy doughs, he howled. We had sloppy doughs last night. Chocolate mousse, he whimpered. Chocolate mousse makes me sick. And besides, it looks just like... That's enough, barked Father Wolf, but it never did any good, for all Little Wolf wanted to eat was... And you can see how unhappy he is. And see all the different foods. I guess that's sloppy dough over here. Boy, why can't we have boy tonight? We never have boy anymore. Well, son, sighed Father Wolf, there was a time when a clever wolf snatched a shepherd boy off of a hill or plucked a farm boy out of a field, while there was nothing better than a steaming plate of boy chopped or a big boy potato and some boysenberry pie. But boys are hard to come by these days, so stop your complaining and finish that moose. Yes, Father, cried Little Wolf muttered. Then he asked, but suppose I do find a boy someday? Father Wolf smiled. You find a boy out there in the woods, and your mother and I will be happy to catch him and cook him for you. But I wouldn't get my hopes up if I were you. I wonder why it's harder to find a boy. Maybe since they were getting taken by the wolves, the boy's parents won't let them go out anymore. It's more dangerous. Or they realized how dangerous it was. The next day, as Little Wolf made his way home from school, he sniffed the air. 3 pig salad, he moaned. I hate 3 pig salad. And then the little wolf remembered what his father had told him about catching a boy someday. So he decided to play a little trick and put off that awful dinner for a while. He ran home just as fast as he could, howling all the way. Boy, boy, I've just seen a boy in the woods. If we hurry, we can catch him. So he's pretending there was a boy in the woods so he wouldn't have to eat his dinner right away. Father and Mother Wolf raced out of the cave. They ran through the woods to the top of the hill and all the way down to the creek. They peered into the trees and sniffed behind rocks and looked in every hollow log. That's a lot of verbs, right? A lot of action words. Raced, ran, peered, sniffed, looked. A lot of verbs. But they could not find the boy. They looked everywhere. Everywhere a boy might go. But we just couldn't find him. Better luck next time, son, said Father Wolf. Little Wolf tried to look disappointed, but it was all he could do to keep from laughing. And they look exhausted, don't they? From running everywhere. The joke got even better when his mother announced, oh no, the 3 pig salad is ruined. The bricks are limp, the straw is damp, and the sticks have turned all sticky. Don't worry, dear, Father Wolf said. We can do with a snack food tonight, or make do with snack food. And so they crunched on chipmunks and dip, and Little Wolf was happy. So they waited too long, and their 3 pig salad went bad. Sounded like it wasn't too good to begin with, though. Sticks. So happy, in fact, that he decided to try the same trick the very next day. It's a boy, he cried. I saw him again. He is just at the edge of the woods. So once again, Father and Mother Wolf went racing after the boy, and once again they came dragging home with their paws empty, and once again their dinner was ruined. Just look at that Granny Smith pie, Mother Wolf sighed. The apples are entirely too mushy. Yep, Father agreed. And Granny's gone all crusty and hard. Looks like snacks again tonight, Little Wolf shrugged. So they look a little bit disappointed, but Little Wolf doesn't, does he? He looks pretty happy with himself. He thinks that his tricks are working, but I wonder if they're going to catch on quickly. But the smile on his face made Father Wolf wonder. Then he heard his son a little later on the phone. "That's right," Little Wolf whispered. "I didn't even have to eat dinner tonight either. I think I'll tell them there's a boy out there tomorrow too." Father Wolf went straight to Mother Wolf, and they agreed that on the following night they would ignore his silly tricks. So you see, he's spying on him when he's on the phone, and he's telling Mother Wolf about what he heard him talking about. She doesn't look very happy, did she? The next day, Little Wolf made his way home from school as usual. He could smell the awful odor of steaming musk ratatouille as it floated out of the cave, and was just about to holler boy when the most amazing thing happened. I wonder what the most amazing thing is. There, walking through the woods before him, were more boys than he had ever seen. Oh, it's a whole Boy Scout troop. But I bet his parents aren't going to believe him, right? If it follows the old story of the boy who cried wolf. "Boy," he cried, "boy." But no one came running from the cave. "Boy," he howled, "boys." But still no one came. So he ran into the cave shouting, "There are boys out there, dozens of them, big ones and little ones and fat ones and skinny ones. Enough to fill our freezer and Auntie's freezer too." But his mother just shrugged and said, "That's very nice, dear, but I already have our supper planned." Father Wolf hid his face behind the newspaper. So here he is. He's really frantic, isn't he? Running and screaming. And you can see how displeased his father looks. He thinks he's telling a story again. And that's when one of the little boys stuck his head in the cave. He was the mischievous type. So mischievous means that he likes to get in trouble or do tricks, play tricks on people. A lot like Little Wolf, in fact. And he crept away from his scout pack to have a closer look. "See," Little Wolf shouted, "there's one of them now." But even though the little boy tiptoed right into the cave, Little Wolf couldn't get anyone to look. "There's a boy on the couch," he howled. "That's enough now, son," said his mother. "You're not fooling us again," added his father from behind the paper. "We are on to your little tricks." So he's even trying their snacks and sitting on their couch. And still no one believes him because he told too many stories. "But I'm not lying this time, honest," Little Wolf pleaded. "There really is a boy right here in our cave." The boy glanced at his watch and turned to leave. "Look, please look," Little Wolf begged. "He's getting away." But by the time Father Wolf finally stuck his head above the paper, the little boy was gone. "You waited too long," cried Little Wolf. "He was here a minute ago. All we have to do is run outside." "We will do no such thing," growled Father Wolf. "From now on you will eat dinner without complaining. And you will stop your fibbing once and for all," said his mother. "Do you understand?" So they still think he's telling a story. "Okay," Little Wolf sighed. So from then on, Little Wolf ate lamb burgers and 3 pig salad and even grew fond of Granny Smith pie. And he never, ever cried boy again. And that's why the boys, at least, live happily ever after. What do we think that the moral of this story was? You know how a lot of folk tales or fairy tales, they try to teach us something, right? So I think the story or the lesson that the author is trying to teach us is probably not to tell stories, right? Because if you're trustworthy and you tell the truth, then people are more likely to believe you, right? So that's the moral of that story. Well, I hope you guys thought that book was funny, and thank you for coming back again. I'll see you guys next time.